Boo, zippity pow pow. Hey everybody, welcome back to Karandrin Role Playing. My name is Kevin Manus Pennings, also known as Cracked Palantir, and I will be your host and game master for this episode 180 of Brise and Mara's Tale. As always, my good buddy Max is here to play the beautiful and talented paladin Brise. Max, say hello to the lovely people.
Thanks, Kevin. Hope you all are having a great night. And there's nothing else special about this session, so let's just get right into it. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. We do have Mara joining us as well.
Oh, you're so funny. Ha ha. It's practically joke. Yes.
It's practically joke.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. We're glad you're here.
Now we recognize... what was that, baby?
Or we'll be here.
That's
Or
right.
whatever. It's fine.
Watch it later in your spare time.
Be here.
We have 58 subscribers. You know, we'll take it.
Mhm.
So this is episode 180, and we usually on episodes that end in 0. We usually have our hats on and everything, but we just ran out of time to get things sorted out. We're sort of ironing out the wrinkles with introducing Karen into the group, and so we're this is weird. I can't.
Are you saying I have wrinkles?
You do. It's kind of gross, but so anyway, so we'll wear hats at 190. I promise you, and we'll wear our silly hats, and we still got to get some numbering for Karen to wear on her hat, which you'll see at episode 190. And so Max, let's talk about what we're up to and where we left off.
What are we up to? So last session, Brise had recovered enough from her injury to eventually continue on her mission, which was to investigate what is happening at the Soul Prison south of the city of Alamar. And so this prison we know is being can potentially hold any kind of a powerful being in it, and has been spotted by or is sights on by the wizard Oshekra for some purpose, potentially to trap a benevolent dragon in its confines. So Brise was tasked with scouting the lake. She's realized that doing that alone is pretty treacherous. And in fact, she's endured a lot of treacherous things alone. So she sought the help of a fellow adventurer, Mara. And Mara and Brise are now traveling toward the lake. Let me see. I think we came across a farm at the end of last session, and we're about to go and hopefully ask for directions to the lake. We think we're heading in the right direction. It's just a small lake in the middle of wilderness, right? So it's definitely not signposted. And so far we've told, or Brise has told Mara, about the general nature of the lake, but not too many specific details. And so obviously we've just met, and Brise is pretty slow to trust. And I think Mara is too. And so we'll see how our characters, grow and bond over the next few days with this just journey.
Yeah, there's definitely some uneasiness in this new partnership, but we've definitely learned that that adventuring is can be just absolutely deadly without a partner. Mm-hmm. And so Brise, in her recovery, advertised for one and got one. So Karen, we're going to ask you about we have to get Mara's art done. And do you like the style that we already have for Brise? Is that good?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, great.
Great.
Yeah.
So, courtesy of Tortalua.
That's right.
AKA my sister.
That's right.
We'll get her.
Family affair here.
If they're accepting another commission and are willing.
That's right.
Hey, adds to her portfolio, to their portfolio.
That's right. Oh, you did miss the explanation, Quinn. We just ran out of time to get our hats ready, and so we're just working out wrinkles. Yeah, but your hat's not ready. It lacks the 180 that would make it a proper use of the hat.
Just saying.
So,
I was a little ready, but we weren't ready. I don't know what's going on here.
So you guys had come across the farm.
Mm-hmm. So I believe I'm walking up to the farm, no weapons in my hand.
Right. So you've sort of left your gear behind with Mara, right, to watch over. So do you know what you're walking up to the farm with? What are you taking?
So just a dagger at my belt.
Okay.
And myself.
Okay. Is there anything you're not going to report to Mara? Can you think of anything that you wouldn't report to her?
What I learned from the farm people, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Because if so, we would have her mute, and then we would text her to come back, so that you could leave out information if you wished.
I would like to play a game of cards with the farmer and not have her privy to it.
That's right.
2 hours later.
You're funny.
You approach. It's an older halfling couple. Sheep, chickens, dogs. The woman is boiling laundry in a big pot and stirring it around, and the husband is taking a break from chopping firewood, and is smoking a pipe. There is a short bow and a quiver half full of arrows, propped within reach of the male.
Okay.
$66. The woman is facing you. She's obviously caught sight of you, but is peering through the steam rising from the laundry. She's, moving back and forth and steps around the steam. You can see her mouth something to her husband. It could be brother and sister, I suppose, but her male companion.
Why not both?
Huh?
Why not both? We don't judge.
Halfling, half sister, half brother.
Gross.
The halfling stands, watching you sort of make your way along the fields. There's no real path, although you can see one in front of their house that goes due west, which would put it headed toward the sea.
Okay.
So unless you've missed
on anything important looking, their crops or
right.
Yeah.
There's a vegetable garden behind the house. And the dog stands and doesn't really, is a little tense, but is just watching you.
Okay. I'll hail them from, I guess how far am I from them right now?
Enough to shout, certainly, and raise a hand.
Okay.
Throw up a hand.
That is a inside joke about after my mom died, our next door neighbors were these are I hope they're still alive. They're this sweet couple, very rural, and Mr. Allen, who's the husband, he was, sort of comforting me about the loss of my mom. And he said, I didn't know your mom too well, but whenever I drove by, I would throw up a hand. And I just love that expression, throw up a hand.
Throw up a hand.
Yeah, once you say hi to someone enough times, you kind of know them.
Yeah, right. What language do you want to speak?
I'll address them in Thax.
Okay.
And just keep on walking until we're in kind of a
just give a
more
hello.
of a talking distance, unless they stop me.
As you approach, he looks you over, sort of lowers his bow. The woman comes forward. You're about 30 feet away. He says, "We don't have any more eggs, but we're willing to part with some of the sheep if you guys are tired of rations."
I'd say I'm not interested in your livestock. All I need is some directions. Are you familiar with a small lake to the north of here? I kind of describe it as the shape, as best I can, and any detail.
Roll for me if you remember it.
56.
Yeah, I mean, you sort of have a general idea of the shape. You mentioned that it's got, sort of a rolling meadow that's got these big flagstones in it with names written on it. It would seem kind of unusual,
right?
In a large clearing, and he says, "I thought you must be late to the business. I thought 8 of you is all there were."
Yeah, we're I'm joining up with the rest of the party. So there's 8 of them there already?
Yeah. I thought you were coming to buy victuals, but I can't keep feeding us and you boys too. No matter how good the money, we still need to eat. And it's a day to Alamar and a day back by boat, especially when you add the shopping in. So the money can't do me much good.
Okay, I'll say I thought we were the last. Did they say any more that were coming along as well? Or I guess he did say those 8 would be the last. So,
there might be shipments of lumber, but none of you folk, no watchmen or anything, watch women, forgive me. The woman is scrutinizing you. Roll for me.
66.
She leans in and whispers to her husband. He his face changes. to one of concern, and nods to her and says, she figures you're worried about something. Not being full honest, but you're worried about something.
Just worried about how to get to the lake. And if you can want to make sure I'm headed in the right direction. Been walking for a while now.
You came from the road.
That's right.
There's no good way from the road. Why didn't you come from the boat like the others did?
Must have been a miscommunication in orders. I'm not sure. I was just told that could cut north from the road to get there.
Cut west.
Sorry, west.
That's a hell of some going. Other than a few animal paths, there's not a good way to the Old Coast Road that way. That's why we got to use the little fisher village.
Okay.
I take it you're not here to escort the wagons with the lumber. You're supposed to go straight to the lake?
Yes.
The woman, is sort of tired of beating around the bush. And it's like, that's enough of that. You're worried about something, and that's plain as day on your face.
She tell 30 feet away. Okay. Damn, she's good.
Yeah, she's rolling crazy.
I'll be honest. I'll just, say that, okay, in truth, I'm actually worried about those 8 people around the lake and wanted to see what they were up to. I think they may not have the best of intentions. Thought it'd be simpler if you just lumped me in with them. But if you must know.
They gesture for you to come forward.
Okay. What's the feeling I get from either of them? They seem...
Roll it up.
91.
Average, well-meaning folk.
Okay.
They started this farm. There's a sense that they want to be left alone. Clearly the wife has. You're confident now it's the wife, given how she's the physical affection between them.
Mm-hmm.
She has a soft spot for girls. And doesn't want to see them come to harm, and certainly doesn't want to see her farm and family come to harm. Now tell us now, what's your real worry? Is it about this new lord who's bought the lake?
Yes. I'm worried about who this lord is and who he serves. Could you tell me anything about him?
We've only seen him twice. When he came to survey the property, he came by the farm. Our path is a bit winding, but it goes to the fisher village.
Okay.
He's probably would be. He's half elf. Short for one, though. Real skinny. Fine dress, though. Fine clothes. Says he hopes to build a house on the lake, but We told them, though it's none of our business, we don't go near the lake.
Hmm.
The spirit's there. You can see him some nights. The place is unnatural, and nobody should be messing with it.
We're right about that, I say.
And what do you figure he's after? The husband says, we have to look after our own.
I just say that's hopefully what I'm going to figure out.
Well, like we said, there's at least 8 of them watching the land. We think they just used tents. Nothing permanent yet from the lumber from that first load. Big timbers, though. Real thick timbers. You wouldn't use it for planking on a house or even framing a house.
Right.
Something bigger. But the boy who comes by here, you need to roll these. Dwarven fella, local. He had some trouble at the Fisher village. Switched to hunting. We would do business with him before all this started. Probably caught stealing something from the Fisher village. But now he's got a nice fine crossbow and does some real nice hunting. But he comes up here and buys our eggs and that sort of thing, sells them to his buddies. He'll take a pipe with me sometimes.
Okay.
I can't say we haven't made a pretty penny off of them. I got to charge him pretty high for our eggs. And then he sells them on to his buddies at a profit, no doubt.
Have you met anyone else in the group? Or I guess just this fellow?
Not really talked to any. There were 2 that came with the first load of lumber.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there'll be more with the second load. That could be any day now.
Any of them dressed, as I assume as I am? Any of them wearing robes or of any particular note?
They've got a cleric with them. Carried himself real proper. Oh. Clearly a follower of Coldred.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we seem to be frozen. I'm frozen, at least.
I am not frozen.
My toes are all cold.
Oh, I am frozen everywhere on my side.
YouTube looks good, and you're still moving.
Oh, there we go. My screen flashed, and we're back up. Where is it? Oh, it's a female, I should say. Wears robes, mark of Coldred. I assume maybe they had it out there for religious services or maybe the odd snake bite. Handy to have Temple of Magic at a time like that. But none have stopped by really to talk. We might get a nod.
Okay.
The woman asks, how much danger are we in? Who is this Lord?
Again, I ask, how far away is the lake from here? You say it's to the fishing village, and then
No, the fishing village is, obviously on the coast.
on
And
the coast, and there's a road from there.
right,
There's
there's
a trail.
a trail that, well, he would take his livestock into town, right, and have to pay a boat, go there, sell the livestock, or sell wool and that sort of thing, and then come back with whatever they need and seasonings and whatever would make their life bearable.
Yeah. So then, how far is the lake on foot from here?
A couple of hours south, straight south. You'll break into the clearing, and then sort of shaped like a bent arrowhead, and you'll be at the point of the arrow. The lake is the southern part of the meadow. So the meadow points, the arrowhead points north, and you'll be coming down south from here, and you'll hit the point that'll open up.
So I tell them, that's, you should be safe at that distance, but don't mention that I came here to anybody. Have they spotted Mara? I'm assuming
no, it's too far away.
Mara just calls out, "We."
I thought I'd say something since it's been,
Is there anything else you want to ask?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it sounds like they're definitely adventurers, definitely competent.
Do you want to? Well, they could just be woodsmen and therefore competent.
Right. I mean, they sound like they're definitely hired to do a task.
Yeah. Skilled at, knowledgeable of these areas would be a huge bonus, right? Do you want to slip them some coin, or do you think that'd be kind of beneath their dignity? As thanks?
Yeah, I mean, I just show a couple bronze and say, thank you for your time.
They wave it away.
Okay. Save me some trouble, and I'll return tomorrow.
All right. So, Mara, hearing all of this, do you have any questions?
Is that description of the elven man familiar at all to you? Or
no, I mean, it's probably too vague. I don't know any people in the area that would match.
Yeah, half elf, really thin, really fairly short.
Right. Wears fine clothes.
Male, dressed in finery. Seems that he traveled alone when he first came here. It's not obviously who you were expecting.
Right.
So no, it's not familiar to him, or to her, I should say. Any other questions that you want to iron out before you guys proceed?
Did they mention if the men had any identifying like clothing or marks or?
I stated, one of them was a cleric, female cleric, follower of Coldred, and
I should say common man. I didn't add that part. So female human,
and then the others, I assume are just either woodsmen or people hired like us, of the area.
Right. We can't assume that, but yeah, that they are like us. I mean, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, handling 8 adventurers would be Even low level adventurers, 8-on-2 would be tough. I mean, even level 1 guys, because you can only parry 1 attack a turn.
Right.
And, so yeah, that shot, no problem. You're almost going to tear the weapon out of their hands when you parry it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's that second guy shot. I mean, your armor has to take everything.
Right.
So not to mention that, they just each had a handful of spells that could get really messy, right? Suddenly start feeling drowsy.
Probably going to fumble them all though. So
that's true.
Whose fumble spells at level 14, right?
That's right.
Okay. I mean, knowing what we know, what else do we need to learn? I guess we do want to see if we can figure out what they're building, and also potentially talk to the spirits of the lake as well. This is all in my head.
Okay.
So it's still worth continuing on to the lake.
I agree. I think we should.
Well, you can't agree because that's inside of his head.
Oh,
do you want to suggest a plan?
Yeah. So tomorrow? I mean, I tell Mara that I'm sorry, I forgot. Did he say it's an hour to the south? A couple hours to the south?
A couple of hours on foot.
A couple hours on foot. So yeah, let's in a couple hours. I think we need to start sneaking and being quiet. We're not going to want to.
But what's the plan other than just getting there?
Right. So the plan is, scope the perimeter. Let's try to find out what they're building. And also I would like to try to speak with the spirits at the lake.
Which you've done before.
Right. Which I've done before, which means I'll need to get somewhat close to the lake.
Very close to the lake.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it was, I don't know, 10, 15 feet.
We'll see if there's an opportunity to do that. If we don't spot anyone with their eyes on the lake, then I'll get right up to the lake and try to converse with the spirits.
And what are you hoping the spirits will tell you?
I'm hoping they'll tell me about the nature of this prison and if it can be used for, to warn them of the purpose it might be used for, and if they can.
I see. Okay.
Possibly prevent that, or
you did have a question about whether the lake. You want to ask the spirits also if the lake could hold fundamentally good individuals.
Here's another thought. If Verilag is no longer...
Are you talking to me or are you talking to Mara?
I'm talking to you. If Verilag is no longer a threat, does it make sense to persuade the spirits to disband? That their job is done? So that the prison can no longer be used? If that's even possible.
Interesting. It's a gamble.
It is.
And without a lot more information, it's a gamble. I guess you can ask them directly.
Right.
Can you depart? And if you depart, there's that free Verilag.
Right. And if you free Verilag, what state is she in?
Right.
If she's still a level 50 wizard, even without powered by a demon, that's pretty dangerous.
It's a little messed up.
Yeah. But yeah, I just tell Mara that, I'm going to try to get ride up to the lake and talk with the spirits.
Now, as you recall, as you approach the lake, all the spirits appeared around the lake.
Ooh, true. Assuming they appear to everyone else.
Not very cool.
Right. That's not going to go. I mean, if these watchmen, watchwomen, watch persons are even on the far side of the lake, suddenly there's a glowing host standing around the lake.
Right. Okay.
So you may have to tend with that. And naturally, you should warn Mara of the same, that not to approach the lake because a whole host of ghosts will appear around the lake.
So I tell her that information.
And, I guess you would add, they're benevolent, but it will give away that something's up.
Right.
You know.
Right.
All right, so let's talk about state of readiness. What are you going to have in your hands as you head down to the lake?
Oh, you better remember, I've got absolutely nothing. I've got. I'll have my Spear of the Seven Swings in my hand, and my full shield in my other hand.
Okay.
Mara doesn't like things in her hands. So,
Okay.
and so I'll have,
You got to lead your horse.
yeah. But I will, if you'll notice, Brise, I have several, I have some hand axes or a couple hand axes strapped to my legs.
Mm-hmm.
And so those are easily accessible. And then I don't think she'll want her crossbow. Well, she might.
What do you mean? In your hands?
Yeah.
I assumed you would just keep one hand free if you don't
Yeah,
like. I mean,
that's
you've already got one. Yeah, because you've already got one hand guiding, leading the horse.
Right.
Yeah. So then, no, I don't have anything. Yeah. I don't have
Okay.
anything else.
Just the horse's reins and off you go.
Yeah.
All right. You guys try not to travel straight south, but in case you have a chance of crossing one of the
Right.
rangers, everybody roll for me.
Everybody roll 22.
71.
Mara says, quietly while you're walking, she's like, we've got to face a tough question here. If we encounter one of these watchmen, what are we going to do to that watchman?
What was our excuse again? That we had been sent by a local lord who we cannot name to go find his horses.
Yeah.
And we found one of them right here.
That's right.
Except it's not dressed in finery. I would probably not.
True.
That's because it got torn off in the ruckus.
And
He's a very humble lord.
A saddle placed on its back when it's supposed to be put
that
on
we
the
were
carriage.
carrying around with us. Yeah.
Yeah. What? That's not going to work.
You can have the horse just be hauling supplies for you.
Right.
Because that's fine that you have a horse. You just can't make it out to be one of the
Right. Use that excuse. Yeah.
Right, because it would have a different tack on it.
So just tell Mara that. I mean, we'll still just say we were sent by a lord to find his lost horses. I think they went this direction.
But then, are you turning around? Are you? You see what I mean? I mean, like you've got.
We're not on a road, right? So,
No.
I mean, if we just strike out in another direction and then loop back around, right?
Yeah.
Make sure he's
and
not.
What if you're not? And what if you're not believed? What if they draw on you? Is really what Brise is getting to.
Well, then I think it's time for a little bit of.
Who was saying this, Brise or Mara?
Sorry, Mara is saying.
Okay.
Well, Mara, then I think it's time for some charm magic.
Oh. Okay. Well then.
I don't know how you feel about charming strangers, but
I don't care.
As the saying goes, it works like a charm.
That's right.
I have nothing on my personality sheet that tells me whether or not I care if we charm strangers.
Okay.
That means you feel like the average person.
I feel like the average person.
Which is to say, yeah, it's weird, but
yes.
I mean, if you're really an average, I guess you feel like an average adventurer, which is you know, if it's necessary, it's fine.
Right.
You know,
Now, if we run into two of them, that's a problem.
yeah, because you can't really charm one and then explain away his sudden friendliness.
I ask Mara, what spells are you familiar with? Or at least spell lists?
I am not a spellcaster.
Not a spellcaster.
Mm-hmm. Do not ask me to do anything like that.
Other than kick ass.
Her
I
being
can kick
associated
some
with
butt.
the temples and not being a spellcaster? Or
I can kick names and take ass.
What did you ask, Max?
Is that surprising, her being associated with the temples but not knowing temple magic? Or is that
no, it happens. You have paladins who just don't have the gift for it. You know, they just don't have any aptitude for it. And so
I sure as hell don't, but I do it anyway.
And so, you know, they study for a while. Yeah.
Do it anyway.
Yeah. Well, I tell her, you know, I'm just very low level spells able to charm or calm them, or even a little more difficult to cast. But if I needed to put someone to sleep, a natural sleep, you know, they would wake up if they fell to the ground. But
well, that may be something we could use if we came across, you know, one of the workers or the people, right?
The watchers, yeah.
The watchers, yeah. I couldn't remember what we were calling them. So that's definitely something we could do. Is just put them to sleep.
I also have call fog, potentially when we get to the lake. Oh no, I don't. That was my tome, which is gone. Oh, that sucks. Gonna cross all that off.
Yeah.
Did you have the spell memorized?
No, I was studying it. How much of the call fog spell do I remember?
The C and the F.
How many times have you used it?
Probably. I don't know, at least a couple times. He hit from an ogre that way. Yeah, he hit from an ogre that way.
Yeah, I have used it a few times.
What's the temperature outside right now? Is it
you
cold?
mean in the game?
Yeah. Sorry.
It's let me see. We're early October, so in a region that is analogous to South Georgia, so northern Florida. Yeah, and so it would still be mid 90s. It's hot.
Okay.
Lots of mosquitoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's all.
So, who's leading the way?
I am leading the way.
Okay.
Alrighty.
You make it without too much difficulty. It's definitely thicker in places than you're comfortable with. There's no question that you've left marks of a trail just having to cut through some things.
Right.
You've had to use her hand axe a couple times to knock out branches and brush that were in your way, especially making room for the horse.
No one should use that hand axe for those reasons.
You've got a hand axe that you wouldn't mind, you know. You guys, it begins to thin. You can see the clearing ahead. You back up probably a couple hundred yards.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing you tie up the horse.
Yes. Tie him up. So
is there anything you need off the horse, Karen?
I'm looking. I think I'm going to take my rope of briars.
Okay.
Just in case.
Yeah.
And then the grappling hook. of spying.
Okay. I don't know that you'd use the grappling hook. I don't know how you'd use it.
Well, I could just throw it up
Climbing
in
tree?
I could just throw it up into the trees and I could see.
From that vantage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I think, okay. I think that's good. Those two things.
So, it is triangular, maybe sort of a teardrop shape kind of clearing. It's very large. It's several football fields long. You guys are not directly on the point. You guys are off to the east of the point, close to the Old Coast Road. There is sort of in the middle of the teardrop, in the middle of the clearing, there is a two-man tent set up. There's a small fire going. On the far side across from you, about 50 yards distance, there's a dwarven figure, maybe halfling, but seems too big for a halfling, too broad-shouldered for a halfling. Walking sort of aimlessly, obviously bored, has a cloak. Roll for me, gang.
39.
Hold on. 82.
Mara leans in and says, "Short bow on their back, club in their hands." And they're just kind of, doing a half-hearted patrol, walking, right, kicking stones. The ground is very uneven after a point, almost like swells in the ocean, a little tighter than that. There are large slabs of stone you can see grow with grass growing through the seams between them.
Where did we see that?
It's all throughout the clearing.
In the clearing.
They start about 50 yards from where the tent is. So probably 100 yards from you guys. Roll for me again, both of you.
84.
Is it open?
Yes.
200.
Mara says, there's another pair of boots outside the mouth of the tent. There's a cloak bundled up, drying, but sort of spread out, I guess, on a log that's been dragged from the forest. It's drying. There's two people who occupy that tent. Seems to be wisps of smoke coming from other fires further, deeper into the clearing.
Right.
Look at each other, and what do you guys want to do?
I say we sneak around the perimeter, staying pretty well back into the brush.
We're just in the clearing, right? We haven't gotten to the lake.
You're
We
not
don't see
in the
lake
clearing.
yet.
No, I didn't stick you in the clearing to be spotted.
Right.
We're just on the, okay. Yeah, let's sneak around and see what we can find.
Okay.
I assume you're going away from the, along the side you already started on, not toward the dwarf.
Right. And we're going to, I'll put my tower shield or my full shield away. Just have a spear in hand. A little stealthier.
We tied off the horse, right?
Yes. The question is, do you now want to move the horse?
Do we think we could come back and find the horse, retracing our steps?
I think so.
Okay. So I suggest that tomorrow.
Yeah. I think so.
All right. Then we'll set off.
Hang on just a minute. What are you going to have in your hands, Mara? Are you maintaining?
Yeah, I don't want anything in my hands.
Okay. Are you taking? But you're taking your light crossbow.
Yeah, it's on my back.
Okay.
Actually, let me carry it.
I mean, here's the thing, right? If you get caught, you're walking around carrying a crossbow. If you don't get caught carrying around a crossbow and you shoot someone, there goes your story.
Well, I'm already carrying my spear.
And this is true, but you could argue it's just for bore, that sort of thing. I mean, you don't have your shield on you, and that's fine.
Right.
You don't have your shield out.
Right.
You can use it as a walking stick and so on. Crossbow's a little harder to explain.
Don't people hunt with crossbows?
They can, yes.
So we're looking for food.
Okay. Okay.
Because if she has her spear out, it's like we were tired of rations and we wanted something to cook, while we look for these horses.
Right.
Huh?
I was going to say, we certainly didn't stop off at a farm.
We certainly didn't stop off at a farm.
We were hungry for dwarf.
No,
just
not
eating
at all.
raw eggs. We didn't stop off at a farm.
We have dwarven scalps attached to our belts.
Kevin, I would like to memorize the teleport spot if I find something that seems distinctive.
Well, I was thinking near the horse.
Okay. If there's something distinct near the horse, I can memorize that spot.
Yeah, there's a really striking looking fern. I rolled like a 91.
At this,
over 6 feet high. Its leaves are tinged purple. Yeah, it's just sort of a different looking sort of plant.
Okay.
Do you want to? I want you to think in terms of teamwork. Do you want to let Mara know, hey,
yeah,
I've prepared us to be able to teleport back to the horse if things get too rough. Do you want to say something like that?
I tell her that, and I say, if we think we need to teleport back, just stay close to me, and I'll let you know when I'm casting the spell.
Okay.
Pop
and
back by your horse.
if you want to wind up in Gratenlau, he knows the way. Whether you wanted to go there or not, you're going.
Ever been the Ancients lands?
He knows that. He knows that one in his sleep.
That's right. He knows that one because it's knocked him unconscious, is what you mean. All right. Making your way down. Everybody roll.
6.
64.
Oh, wait up.
Making progress. There is, there are birds chirping and so on. One is really annoying, though.
By the way, Azrael, should have mentioned he's,
Oh,
scouting
right.
ahead of us. Yeah.
Right.
That's familiar. Oh, yeah.
Remember how we used to do that with,
Nalani.
no, even worse, with Andrew's fox. Oh my gosh, we were so bad. You
were
thought we were
terrible.
bad with Nalani. We were incompetent with that fox. I'm surprised the thing will
3
live.
sessions go by. And
What was the?
I'm trying. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on the fox's name, which really makes me sad.
I know, me too.
Sam Sam was Andrew's character's name, but I can't remember the fox's name.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's sad.
There's a girl. It's a girl fox. I'm gonna have to look it up on our break.
An elf. Every now and then you concentrate on Azrael's vision,
right.
and an elf steps from behind a tree and reaches down to Azrael. You guys are some, 30, 40, 50 feet back. And he peers down at Azrael and rubs him under his chin and says, "If bird call will not attract your master's attention, maybe this will get his attention."
Oh.
Bird call.
And then he whistles that annoying bird call that you've been hearing over and over again.
Yeah.
I knew it.
And then he's wearing just a brown cloak, and he pulls the interior aside, and there's the symbol of Astalon.
Symbol of what? I accidentally muted my thing. What?
Oh, you missed it. That's it. Temporary deafness. It happens. It's a disease in the
It was
forest.
the whistle. The whistle made me deaf, and Brise is.
God, it's shrill. It's the symbol of Astalon, the queen of the gods.
Okay. I whisper to Mara. They know we're here. They don't know where we are.
Not
but
they.
He.
This guy.
The paladins watching the clearing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even put that together. Right. Because he's behind a tree. Oh, okay. Okay.
What? What are you talking about?
So I tell Mara that the Temple of Astalon is also doing reconnaissance, and one of their paladins has spotted my familiar.
Oh, okay.
But should be fine. I guess from his tone, like, can I tell that he's knows Azrael is does it seem like I need to go and make myself known to this guy?
He says directly to Azrael, perhaps they would like to meet me here by the tree.
Okay.
They.
I say, let's go converse with him. He could have information for us.
And I say, let's go have a chat. Because converse is funny. Anyway.
Man, I'm sorry, Kevin. That was a really subtle and really cool storytelling detail. And I was just like, what's going on? I don't understand. And he's trying to be so suave about it.
But in some senses, right? Like when you're in those tense moments, things just flee your head. I was watching I was watching QI, the British panel show that I love. Maybe I was watching a full episode from Series E, and they were talking about deaths in air crashes. And that as simple as that seatbelt is to operate, and as many times as we've heard how to operate it, we're bored of that speech.
Mm-hmm.
In the tense moment of an emergency after an impact, people forget how to do it, and they keep pushing on it like it's a car seatbelt.
Oh, wow.
And it's sort of a similar thing here. You're on guard, you're watching,
Okay.
So, do you want to order Azrael to do anything?
We'll have him just wait by the
Just
elf.
accept the affection.
Yes,
right?
as long as the elf's out of sight, I'm sure he can stay there as well.
So you guys make your way through. You guys hear someone approaching from deeper in the woods, and someone whispering in Thax, "Be not afraid. Be not afraid." It's a female voice. Oh, it's a female dwarf dressed in a brown cloak. She too turns her cloak, the inside of her cloak to you so you can see the symbol of Astalin. Whoa. I thought there were, I knew there was, I knew there was bush in the forest.
The ass and Astalon.
Oh my god!
Spelled A-S-T-N-A. Wait, I think it is spelled that. That's funny. I think it is spelled that way. She gestures you, for you to follow. She takes you a little off route, deeper in, and
I'll call Azrael back to me at that point.
Yeah, and you come to the tree, and this tall elf. He's taller than Mara even, and this compact dwarven female paladin, and the female dwarf introduces herself as Kinnal, Kinnal.
Okay.
And the elf's name is Brule, Broul. Everybody shakes hands. He leads you back a few yards. They've made a clearing. They sleep without tent or fire. There's some gear on the ground. They brush off a log they've clearly been using for a seat and gesture you to take it. They just sit cross-legged on the ground.
All right.
We were told of your coming. What have you seen and what do you know?
I say that we just arrived at the clearing some minutes ago, hoping to scout out the situation, and we had met some farm, a couple on a farmstead, a couple hours to the north of here. And they told us probably what you already know, that there's 8 of them, here stationed around the lake. And they've been hauling in large timbers to build some type of structure. And that the
4 tents, Brule says.
Okay.
Each carrying 2 people.
Okay.
Each with 12-hour shifts, day and night.
Wow.
3 of the tents are stationed around the temple. And then one you may have seen when you came in, much to the north to watch the top part of the meadow because it's so much larger than the rest.
Right.
Wait a minute. There's a temple?
I think
10.
you mean the lake, right? 3 stationed around the lake.
Lake. Sorry, baby. So
The
3
temple
tents,
underneath the lake.
the tents stationed around the lake, and then there's a 4th one that you've already seen.
Okay. I would like to say to Burl, are the tents like equally placed around the lake?
One to the south, some 100 feet or so from the shoreline, and then one to the east and to the west. The north is unguarded, but easily seen by the east and west. The timbers are unloaded already. That wagon left more than a week ago.
How long have you guys been watching the lake?
I forget if we have an answer to that. Do we have an answer to that, Brise?
I can scroll through my notes when I talked with the member of the temple here. Priestess Nemel of Athenon, Lucane tells me that a group of Grangers, so I think they've been watching it since before the 23rd. A group of Grangers, September 23rd.
So that's
so
when the
definitely
group,
more than a couple weeks.
Yeah. Let's see how much more.
They know that the Lord's name is Vanir, who purchased. They've seen them set up camp around the lake. So whenever that happened, they witnessed that whole event.
Yeah. So, gosh, it was actually after your encounter with them. So they've been out here
potentially months. We're so hungry.
Man, I don't want you to have to dig through your notes to find out when you left.
My paper notes?
Yeah. I mean, left Alamar. Geez.
Oh, my God. I'm trying to remember, like March, we started playing, discovered the last of the hounding, went to the lake immediately after, left Alamar shortly after. It would have still been March when I left Alamar.
Yeah.
I want to say.
So you say mid-March. I mean, and it's almost mid-October. So 7 months. They tell you, the paladins get swapped out to give a break, to see family, that sort of thing. And so they are they themselves have been here 2 weeks. They'll be gone in another 2 and replaced with another pair. There's another pair across on the far side, on the west side of the lake, but deep in the woods. The timbers. Either one of them have. They are sturdy timbers, some planking, but very long, probably 12-foot long timbers that are probably more than a foot thick on each side. And then some planking. There's more. They've heard this must be another shipment, but they're only getting snatches of conversations, as they lie in wait and observe. They saw Vanir arrive. That would only be. Oh wait, no, right. So that's still right. So they have been watching 7 months, but the Grangers will be relatively new. Vanir would be relatively new.
Right.
Vanir came alone, consulted a sketch that he had, and walked the whole property.
What? If they've been, okay. I was going to say, if they've been watching for that long, why didn't the temple just claim ownership to it? Is that not a political
Claim ownership to the lake?
Right. Even do what Von Ear's doing is just have someone
just purchase it,
stake over it. Yeah. So then they could.
They don't have an answer to that.
All right.
Do we think
it's in the past, right? I can't change that, but I was just curious.
Do we think that Von Ear has like ill intent? Do we have any idea who this guy is?
I mean, I tell Mara that I know he is serving an evil man.
Okay. Brise knows that. Okay.
Maybe not an evil man, but a man who has evil intentions.
Sort of the same thing.
Yeah. He did kill an undead giant. That was good. But in the grand scheme of things, he's evil.
I mean, you can't drop that bomb and not. I mean, she has to be on guard.
Sorry, I'm not actually saying that out loud.
Okay.
So I'm sorry.
But even so, if it's an evil man, who should she be out looking out for?
Do you know who this man is?
His name is Oshekra.
I'm sorry, what?
Oshekra.
Oshekra.
Yes. Is there recognition in that tone?
Oh yeah. Tell on, Mara.
We have a connection.
Well,
he's my dad.
No, but he was a student of, well, we've crossed paths.
Okay.
He tried to kill us.
Okay.
And he's one scary looking dude.
Was a part of the Council of the West, which is to say the group of wizards that have a lot of interest. If they don't actually operate within, they have a lot of interest in the Elven States.
Mm-hmm.
And he quit that council because they were too restrictive.
Restrained.
Yeah, they.
Yes. He. I can't remember if he was a student of our friend or just a colleague.
That's right. We needed to look through your notes for that, didn't we?
Our friend. We didn't. Yeah, I'm trying to remember his name. Even sorry.
Oh, you mean
if Andrew were here, he would
shame you, and his knowledge of his memory.
Yes. No, for what happened.
Oh, right.
No, for blaming me for his ultimate
death of a
thing. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that. So, but yes, when our friend, who was a very powerful wizard, died, Oshekra appeared and tried to take what was not his.
There's no need to be coy.
No, he tried to take over our friend's
lair.
What is it called? Lair. Thank you.
I mean,
I was going to say lab, but I was like, that's not right. Wrong science. Anyway, and tried to kill us, and we escaped, and yeah, obviously we're alive. Well, I'm alive. My friends aren't here. But
so what's your opinion of Oshekra?
He's a very dangerous man. And
ambitious, reckless,
ruthless.
Who sent the demon after you and Sam? Was that Oshekra or was that somebody else?
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
I have a lot of notes I would have to go through to look at all that. So,
You're gonna have to.
I know, but that's a lot. So there are other, yeah. So, but he's ruthless, and just outright, without any sort of morals or ethics. What is
without compunction? He acts without compunction.
Yeah, that's not a word I know, but yes.
Or compassion.
Scruples.
Yeah.
What's the word where it starts with an F, but you're just really ruthless, and why I can't remember it right now. It's
Fascist.
Brule and Canal, they press for questions and descriptions of this guy, how to be wary of him. They're alarmed at the information you give, this sort of inhuman kind of guy. I should put up his thing.
Mm-hmm.
They say that they at least have not seen anything like that, and certainly the Lord Veneer who walked these grounds wasn't that, unless subject to a very powerful illusion. It doesn't seem likely to either of you that he would do something as mundane as walk the property.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, he would not. Yeah, that's hard to think that he would do that.
Yeah,
to get his feet, his legs dirty.
His spider legs. So this is apparently a hired agent, maybe of some wealth, maybe purely nicely dressed.
Okay.
So the second time he arrived with that load of timber.
Right.
He was meticulous in checking off items and so on. So he's clearly some sort of overseer of whatever project is going on.
Mm-hmm.
They tell you that the Grangers know of the spirits around the lake.
Right.
As twice now, a Granger has approached the lake close enough to cause them to be summoned.
Right.
And the first Granger who did it ran off, was never seen from again. And the subsequent one seemed to have done it on a dare and remains with the group.
Okay.
Because sorry, go ahead.
Do we know more about these spirits that are in the lake?
That's what I was going to ask them as well, if they've interacted with the spirits at all, the paladins. In the
They would
time
have gotten there 7 months. Would the paladins gone to discuss?
Would there have been any change in the lake when Verilag was re-imprisoned? I don't know if they would.
What are you doing, baby?
I'm hiding my ears because I shouldn't know that, right?
You shouldn't know. You can't hide your ears. He said it.
Oh, sorry. That's okay.
So Brise interrupts you and goes, "Who is Verilag?"
No, Mara.
Sorry.
I gotta get really used to playing with another player who doesn't share all my knowledge, because I keep thinking I'm only talking with you, Ken.
I know it's tough. It's tough. I mean, it's why we use tab in the back pads, because and now we're having to rely on text, which slows gaming down a little bit, but maintains its authenticity.
So I say Verilag was the being the prison was designed for, a powerful sorceress who escaped from the lake partially, but then was banished back after her power was she
That's
lost
just
most of her power
Her power
and
was what?
banished back to the lake.
the source of her power was disrupted.
Yes.
Okay.
And I can find the exact date that happened and ask the paladins if there was any change.
So, do we think then is our idea is the reason why we're here because of Verilag?
Are you asking me or are you asking Brise?
I'm asking Brise.
Not because of her, but it is the sequence of events that have fallen into place because of this prison was designed for her, and now it could be used for some other purpose.
Okay, so
Now that knowledge of it has, entered back into.
I don't see any reason for you not to spill the beans now in terms of Oshekra.
Okay, that
I
Oshekra
would-
is planning to use the prison to imprison other beings that are benevolent.
The best thing about playing with Karen, as you've already learned just in these last few minutes, are the facial expressions. It,
I'm trying to be authentic, okay? It's Mara's facial expressions. I'm just trying to express them.
I see.
Okay. Well, that's a lot.
Kanal asks, who is he trying to imprison?
The dragon Gorathu.
At least, right?
Right.
A
That's
dragon.
yes.
A dragon.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you thought you were signing up with some low-level podunk adventurer.
Well,
Everyone turns to
right
you.
back at you.
Everyone turns to Brise and goes, the dragons have been gone for 300 years. No one's seen a dragon. The dragons aren't around.
Well, Oshekra must know something that we don't then.
I've seen a dragon.
We all
Are
turned
you-
to Mara.
You got to tell me who you're talking to, baby.
Oh, nobody. I'm not talking to anybody.
Now I'm the one. Oh my god.
Are you sure about that? Brodus, whatever your name is.
Brutus.
Brule. And
You know
Kanal.
that they are. You know that they are. It was common knowledge for you when you were playing, baby,
but the dragons have been gone or they're back?
for 300 years.
Okay.
That everyone knows. The last dragon seen was, I forget its name, but it attacked Alamar 300 years ago
Okay.
and savaged about half the city before it was driven off. Its home is supposed to be north of Alamar, either in the islands off the islands of the Fern Marsh, or in the Fern Marsh itself. That was the last sighting of a dragon, commonly known. And although this Gorathu, which by the way, Noah, you've heard mentioned in tales, baby, tales from the far east, north of the deserts. And yes, it has an association with being benevolent and so on, but prior to that, you had never heard of it. And since then, you've never heard of it.
Okay. Well,
you go ahead.
no, I was just going to ask the clerics,
Paladins.
paladins, my apologies for misnomering.
That's nice. Oh, I'm gonna use that word from now on, even though it's not real.
You know what is real?
What's
Divorce.
that? Oh, burn.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm stunned for a little while, so I'm at -10, stunned,
Are you giving yourself a penalty?
and all actions.
-20, in fact.
I kind of state my question.
-20. And I'm gonna let Brise talk for a little while because I think Brise has some things that she needs to say. So,
did anything happen at the lake on May 19th? That is when Verlag was returned to her prison.
The spirits were particularly active.
Okay.
There was quite a report written. A scream was heard and something entered the water with the spirits. And since then, the waters have been calm, save for what storms may blow the waters. If this Oshakra, this is Canal, if Oshakra is planning to imprison people who stand in his way, that could be any of the major priests or priestesses of Alamar.
Exactly.
Though I don't know how many have made enemies or even know of Oshakra.
in the Elven world, though.
The Elven world?
In the Elven land. Isn't he known, though, throughout the peeps?
The peeps.
The peeps of the Elven world, yo.
I mean, like the powerful peeps. The squishy.
It's hard to... What, say it again?
The squishy chicken-like ones. Peeps.
What did I see the other day? I saw some form of peeps.
What?
I forget what it was. Was it not gluten-free peeps? It was some different type of peep, and I was like, no, thank you. I love peeps, but no, thank you.
They have all these disgusting flavors now. Maybe you saw it when you went
maybe
to
that's what I
medicine or something.
So a Chakra was known to several powerful wizards who were part of the council. And you probably have just forgotten, Karen, that a lot of the wizards, there's sort of two roads these wizards take. One is like complete seclusion and secrecy, except maybe meeting with a council, right, to stay off of each other's lawn, and sort of United Nations of, look, I'm about to do this, and this is going to cause some ripples in the world, and you just need to be aware. Or if there's a common threat, things like that. But the other route is to be more hobnobby with the wealthy and things like that, more resources, but you're exposed more, you waste more of your research hours doing favors for powerful friends, who want you to come to a party or want you to come and enchant their house to be impenetrable. And so there's sort of two routes they take. So it just depends on which route. I mean, Oshakra hardly is the most socially presentable because of his prosthetic.
Well, right. And I think I remember too that he did choose a secluded life in his tower, or wherever his tower,
right,
very far away.
So, there's a discussion about. Now remind me, Brise, you sent Max, you sent a message to the temple that did cover Oshakra's desire to imprison people in the lake. Is that right?
But that was, I guess that was a couple weeks ago, so it might have made it out by now. Yeah.
but it's not yet reached their ears. They seem unaware of that possibility.
So I tell them that I've told this information to the temple. You know, you're hearing it from me now.
Yeah.
Peers will likely tell you as well.
So the temples can also must have their reason for keeping it from us. But to speak in full frankness, I doubt it's a very good reason.
The power that Oshekra possesses, people need to know that he's active in this area.
Have you given the name Oshekra to the temple, Max?
Let me check. I would think so.
This is one of these, instances where you have to pull back from being like coy fantasy language when.
I warned her about Oshekra.
Okay.
She didn't react when I said Oshekra.
Right.
But
which could be play acting or could be genuine ignorance.
Right.
But these guys, do we have a feeling about them that they really don't know who Oshekra is?
Both
the
of you roll.
Rangers or
No, the Paladins.
Okay.
I have
Both
a
of you roll.
93.
Okay. Max, roll.
Sure. 28.
Difficult to tell, Max,
Mm-hmm.
whether they're genuinely surprised or not. So, is there?
I would like to ask them then if they've tried interacting with the spirits at all, either before the Grangers were here or not.
We were warned against it.
Okay.
For fear that the individual released might detect our interaction with the spirits.
Right.
That was at least a possibility. And that against such power, if she returned here, then she would slay us and get on with her business.
So I tell them that we know that Verilag's main source of power has been removed. How much power she has left over is unclear. But
enough. Yeah, but it's not enough to break free anymore.
Not enough to break free. But it's worth conversing. If we could converse with the spirits in some way, clandestine, we could get more information on whether the prison could be used to trap a benevolent being, or we could convince them to not trap a benevolent being, or we could ask them to disband and the prison would be gone altogether at the risk of having Verilag in this world, walk this earth again. Yes,
Since I can't lift my hand in my Teams chat, I have a question.
What? For whom?
For Brise and the Paladins. Do we know more about how Verilag actually escaped the first time? And
no, I can't tell you anything about that.
Because if she's lost her source of power, but can still escape, I don't think we're enough to deal with that. I mean,
Verilag escaped.
I'm not trying to.
I will say that I'll just be honest that Verilag's escape was my own fault. I went too close to the prison, and in doing so interfered with it somehow and drew her presence out partially. And because of that, she was partially freed. And through the work of several months, was able to re-imprison her after quite an effort.
I'm sure.
I'll tell you about it sometime.
Okay.
Mara, roll.
80.
Roll again.
38.
You cannot speak to the spirits, Mara says. You cannot risk that again. I cannot allow you to do that. And good night, Mara. Put her to sleep. Go do what you want.
Brise does not like being ordered around, but I do want to consider her point. I say I will make sure it doesn't have to be me. It could be someone else. All they have to do is stand a safe distance away.
And you're sure about that?
Kanal interrupts and says, she has a hard time, like, even looking at you now. And she's like, there's no reason to believe that any of us would fare any better if we were to approach the spirits.
We would risk
Releasing Veroline.
leaking her soul out into us, in a sense.
Perhaps one of the high ones of our order can attempt it. But there's only then, with preparation, defenses.
I mean, clearly we have a situation here where Oshekra, enormously powerful, and who knows how much more he's learned and grown since I've last seen him.
Which was on what date? I'm kidding. This sums up my marriage.
Look it up, you turd. Hold on. No, I'm kidding.
No, come on.
It would just take me a week to get through all those notes. We would need someone who would be his counterpoint, you know?
His equal.
His equal, if not more, you know? Is there, you know? And we need to seek the counsel of much wiser and more experienced people, because...
And Brise?
And apparently Brise has all this experience and knowledge.
Okay.
I don't mean to hurt you, you know.
Brise interjects and says, though I got us into this mess because of, you know, people knowing about this prison. The less people who know about it and its capabilities, the better.
And I appreciate that. But we do not have the powers. Oh, I know I don't have the power. I could fight, but I can't fight Oshekra. You know, so
Not alone.
Not alone, for sure. I mean, it took 3 of us, you know, and we still didn't fare well. So I think well, I appreciate that we don't want to share the knowledge of this, but we need to hurry and find somebody, because there's a stuff happening here that is beyond us, and it's happening fast.
Well, it's not happening fast. I mean, there's been weeks they've been out here, and this construction is...
Okay, so fast for, you know, role-playing terms, right?
As quickly as possible.
And, you know, they are moving in and grooving.
Right.
So they've had 2 shipments of timber, right?
There's a second one coming.
There's a second one coming. Perhaps we need to use your arts and get us to a city much faster so that we can seek the counsel that we need.
Canal says, I can send Brule by horse, and riding all night, he can be at our temple in a day. But the priests know all of this. By
Right.
and large,
We've already informed them.
Perhaps
They've
we need to let
chosen-
different priests know.
well, what do you mean by that?
I mean, the priests to the north, as
Well,
Admia.
that's where they're from,
Oh,
in Alamar.
Right.
okay.
Right. The higher powers are aware of this. It's a matter of what to do with the knowledge and how to set it up so that Oshekra cannot use the prison to his own aims.
And you have a plan? Do you have a plan for that?
Well, my plan was shot down by you.
Well,
That
I mean-
I should go approach the lake, which you might be right, but
It would be more information. The leak didn't occur until, I'm just sort of throwing out reasoning. The leak, Verlag's escape, only occurred when when Brise was, within a footstep of the waters.
right.
And then the spirits told her that you have to be careful now. She knows you. And that's where we got that crazy roll. Man, I was going to mess with you for months. And oh, it was so funny.
That
But
might have been one of my first open-ended roles too. Is that
yeah, it was a double aught seeing through Verlag's disguise. And I was going to have Verlag have you just murder innocent people, convincing you that no, they're part of the conspiracy and that's not a child, that's a demon. You'll need to kill them. And then each one would have basically added to her power, each murder you committed.
Mm-hmm.
But you saw right. It was just so interesting.
Right.
And so it, led you to your tremendous trust in your intuition.
Mm-hmm. I guess going back to my intuition, do I feel like I could confront the spirits again and, resist, I guess I just don't know, right? Like,
how do you feel about your self-discipline on your character sheet?
True. Self-discipline. Below average. Crap. I say, Mara, you might
Have a point.
have a point, as Kanal also said. I think it would take someone of strong will to not be called forth, to the shoreline, to keep their distance.
You've not mentioned, Brise, you've not mentioned the plan of speaking with the spirits. You've not mentioned that to the temples, or have you?
I have not.
Okay.
I just said I would also scout it out. So now I'm, telling the paladins here that was one of something I would like to try, but the risk might be too great.
So you don't have the benefit of the temple's advice about how to proceed. It's
Yeah.
clear the questions you have to ask the spirits are vital answers to have.
Yes.
The question is, are you the one to ask them?
That's fair.
And
if I say this out loud, if there was someone wise and self-disciplined who could ask the questions on our behalf, who could confront the spirits safely.
And Kanal says that brings back the suggestion of sending Brule to ride as hard as he can.
Right. I also say I also know the art of teleport, would be willing to save all that time. And
That's true. You could go
to the north of here that we could come back to.
Right.
Spare your time and your horse.
Everybody roll.
83.
62.
Almost exactly the same. You guys begin discussing other approaches so that you have a full array of options to offer the temple.
Mm-hmm.
However, we reach the temple, the main temple of Astalon, and put forth ideas.
Right.
Both of you arrive sort of simultaneously, bouncing off of each other. Is it worthwhile to trail this middleman that Oshekra must have hired?
Is there a way to know that he's just a middleman and not one of Oshekra's students? Because if he has magical arts near to what Oshekra has, we couldn't sneak anything by him.
Well, keep in mind that the magic you've observed is, what am I trying to say? It's generally active. That is, they have to turn it on. They have to cast a spell to be able to detect or learn something, or right. There are some exceptions to that. Some items you've seen that constantly are of detection and that sort of thing. And so he would have to have reason to suspect to bother casting something to unveil your real purposes.
Well, and I guess too that the other paladins who were there might have been noticed if he did have one of those spells actively cast, right?
They would have to hear him cast it, and they would have to have some considerable magical knowledge to recognize it if it's not a spell that they know.
Mm-hmm.
But you would recognize somebody casting a spell generally, right? That he was wielding magic at the moment, regardless of what it is, just from a distance, if he's waving a wand or what have you.
Is he here now?
No.
Oh, the middleman whose name I have forgotten. What is the
Vonier? Vonier is what I have.
Vonier, okay.
I don't think there's a D.
Vonier is Von Far.
That's right.
Yeah. No, I think it's, we have a sizable group. One of us could definitely track Vonier. Find out who he's reporting to, where he is reporting from.
I think I want to go, if I can take a moment, Mara says, to seek Admia's counsel about this. She's warned me about situations in the past. Let me see what she wants to say about this. You guys don't mind me taking my leave for a moment?
They recommend you go deeper in the woods in case the sound of chimes attracts anything. They warn you also, I forget if I meant to have them warn you about this earlier, and I just can't remember if I have. They do warn you that some of the Grangers will take time off to go hunt just to change up their diet. And so they not necessarily all of them are right there. It could be one or two out in the woods just hunting. So go far, but don't go too far.
Okay.
All right.
Should I deafen mine if you'd like?
No, it's all right. I don't think. I don't. Just realize this is knowledge you don't have unless she reveals it. So, find a place. Feels like the breeze can make it through. And set up. And are you going to get a general reading, or are you going to pose a question or two, or what are you going to do?
I want to pose a question.
Okay.
Should one of us talk to the spirits? I think. Or should we leave and go find someone else? I don't know. That's kind of what I was thinking. Like,
that's fine.
Should I go talk to the spirits, but keeping a safe distance or whatever? So something like that.
Roll your divination roll.
32.
No one should speak with the spirits.
All right.
Return to the group. Or just kick the chimes and renounce your faith. Those are your two choices. I'm sorry.
Well, I've done that twice.
On the phone with the spirits. Yeah,
okay. Renounce them. Then I came back, and then I renounced them again, and then I came back. So
no, baby, don't you remember one of your greatest moments of role playing was confronting the slaver?
Yeah.
To let you conduct your prayers, even at the cost of your own life. You're like, you can shoot or you can let me pray. I don't care what you do, but you need to decide.
Wow.
It was fantastic.
Thanks. I think, can I ask another question? Or do
Sure.
I only get one question? Can Admia guide us in the direction of the person we need to seek, or someone who can give us the wisest counsel?
In what regard?
What to do about Oshekra?
Oshekra or the prison?
The situation. The prison, I think.
When you get your prayer, do you actually have to speak it, or is it a thought in your mind?
It's a thought. Okay. It probably varies by sect or varies by home tradition. And of course, some of the ancient faiths had zero dogma. Like they just had a general belief in these gods, but not even which god was more powerful than another god. It was fascinating. Like the Greeks and Romans stuff. Like you could go to one temple in a city and there'd be a temple of Apollo. And the room that had the Holy of Holies, right, where you would have the enormous ornate statue of Apollo, no one was let in. No one except like the highest priest. Okay. You could stand at the doorway and look at it, and that was it. One town over, or one, major city over, same situation. Oh yeah, come on in. So much so that the foot of Apollo had been worn away by touches and kisses.
Yeah.
So no dogma despite fervent religion. Fascinating to me. All right. Where
Okay.
should we go to seek counsel about the situation?
Yes.
All right, roll divination.
46.
There is someone, as much as you can get, is a woman to the north. There's also a sense, there are notes in there that suggest the wilds, the country, the outdoors.
Like to head towards that direction? Is that what you mean?
Well, the answer to your question is a female to the north and a vague sense of wilderness, the outdoors, the country.
Okay.
So not an urban setting.
Okay.
Seems to put you north of Alamar at least. Although I guess it could be just south of Alamar. That would still be some wilds, although you begin to get farmlands after about an hour.
Okay. All right, let me go back
Return.
and tell everybody. Ask the paladins or Brise if they know of any, I don't know, person, a wise woman. What?
He might live. No, go ahead.
Oh no, that comes to mind about anyone who's a woman
Who meets this description.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt you know one, Max, but you might as well roll. A double aught would suggest that you might have heard somebody. Don't forget. I'm sorry, what was it?
71.
Okay, so no luck there. Remember your miracle rolls.
I was thinking of using it.
Okay.
I was going to ask if, Mara, do you share the knowledge about the first prayer that was answered or no?
I share all of the knowledge I have.
Okay, so you tell us that.
About everything. The world was created.
Oh, you're a while.
Sang the creation, sang the world into the creation into existence.
You tell us that no one should talk to the spirits.
Yes.
But we might find counsel, right.
Through this woman who is to the north. I have a big
miracle roll that while you're giving the prayer, something happens to the lake and that destroys it completely, as well as Baralag inside of it.
Wind comes rushing through.
It's rare for you to take such an easy road out, but okay.
Maybe he's done with Baralag. He's like, this is it. I'm done.
I'm done with Baralag. I'm done with those chakra. And I never get miracle rolls anyway, so is that good?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, that's an 82. Great.
All right.
I'm gonna start turning into no, never mind.
Okay,
so Kanal says the only person I can think of who matches those details is the Mad Woman of the Islands. I don't know the island's name. It's one of the southern islands off the Fern Marsh. I do know that the villages that hug the Fern Marsh, they use her for healing and advice. And that if you go there, they use her regularly. So long as you present yourself and leave a good impression, then you can get advice from her. you'll be able to find her.
Does she like certain gifts or?
You'd have to ask the village people,
Okay.
the Indian especially.
Not the police officer. I tend to go towards construction workers. They have good whistles. Okay. Brise, have you ever been to the wilds?
Not the
I've
wilds.
Never
I
been
mean,
to those islands.
Alinar. What is the place that it is?
The city
Alamar.
is Almar, and
Island.
you met her there. So yes, but
So we
north
can go-
of that is the Fern Marsh, and there are islands that dot the coastline of all of
Yeah.
the.
I've never been to the Fern Marsh or those islands. It's a long journey to make, though.
Well, it's probably. I mean, it's probably you make it to Almar pretty quick. Half a day through Almar, and then yeah, you can catch a boat to one of the. You can catch a boat straight up, especially if you offer enough money.
Well, then perhaps it is more knowledge we need to seek about the soul prison and this woman, and more counsel, so we can know the best way to work against Oshakra. Because right now, if we act on what we have, we could be creating a more dangerous situation.
And Mara's face tells you she definitely believes that. I mean, to approach the spirits would, she and her God have a very bad feeling about that.
Yeah.
Of course, you still haven't solved the problem. I mean, even if she didn't, you still have to solve the problem of how to get an audience with the spirits that doesn't summon all the watch folk.
Right. Which that was going to be my next point, is how we do that. But if there's no point in talking with the spirits, then
right.
Yeah, we need to. I just think we need more information,
more guidance.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to go to the Fremunda Valley. That's for sure.
Yeah, check the chat, baby.
Oh, geez. Thank you, Quinn.
I've
go for a walkabout
paying
in
attention.
the bush down under.
Right, or the have you ever been to the Yellow River? maybe once in the 80s, but I didn't care for it very much.
You see my text message, Kevin?
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
It's okay.
No, I still find him attractive. Oh. Yeah, I don't know why you texted me. I think you've reached a good decision. It is, oh gosh, what time do we, I meant to ask you what time of day we started.
Let's see. We came across the farm mid-afternoon, and then it was a couple more hours to the lake.
Right.
And some scouting around the lakes, and then this conversation. So maybe close to evening.
So yeah, so it'd probably be time for an evening meal. So let's assume that you are going to eat with them. So just everybody erase a ration. And maybe we call it there.
Okay.
For the night.
I see, Max. I join, and you don't even get a break. Sorry.
Well, in a way, you're like, well, now I can't do my plan to talk to the spirits, but you might have also saved all of Karandrin, so who knows?
That's right. There is that.
I do what I can, so
Right.
It's my goal in life to save people's lives, I guess.
That's right. Well, gang, there you go. Episode 180. We apologize again for lack of hats, but we'll have our silly hats on next time we have an episode that ends with 0. If you think we're doing a good job, like and subscribe. If you think we're doing a great job, then hey, send us a little money on DonorBox. Max does a great job on his YouTube channel. You see the link right down there, where he discusses the role of music and original soundtracks in video games. Thanks again to Elliot Dunovitz for their terrific character art that we use almost every episode. If you want to see more of their work, you can find it at artstation.com/Tortalua. And I've written a novel called A Shore Too Far. You can find that on Amazon in ebook and print. And my lovely wife designed the jacket there.
And I don't have a YouTube channel, but I do have an organization that you could support if you wanted. So.
That's true. You can go to Contemporary Corral and send them a little love.
The Contemporary Corral of Richardson, Texas.
Richardson, Texas.
Corral.org.
We'll get that up on the signage here too. And we'll try to get all these to be clickable links as opposed to a single solid PDF. And we'll get all that ironed out once we get our feet under us. So, Max, say goodbye to the lovely people.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed our first full stream with 2 players. I think it's really fun, and I'm excited to continue the adventure.
Yeah. And, well, Karen, do you have anything to say to our viewers?
I hope you guys are enjoying it and come back.
There you go. Thanks, everybody. We will be back next week, and we will see if they can find the Mad Woman of the Islands. It seems that's where we're headed. So thanks again. We'll see you next week.